be the influence. Don't be influenced by negativity, so that your life continues to blossom. Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Diana. If you're new here, will you do me a huge favor before we begin? Will you please hit the subscribe button as well as the like button? That will be very, very helpful. I really do appreciate you if you do. So thank you so much. All right, let's get into today's topic. And today's question is, are you a pessimist or an optimist? This is important to really think about, because if you're walking around with a pessimist spirit, then chances are most of your life or most of your experiences tend to be negative. And if you're walking around with a more optimistic spirit, then things are naturally going to be more positive. And you're probably saying there's no way either of those are true, or you might be considering yourself like a pessimist, or you might be considering yourself an optimist. Either way, let's figure that out, okay? Because at the end of the day, I'm not saying that being a pessimist is a bad thing. I think that if you have a negative mindset, or if you have a bad day, whatever that is, in short glimpses, that's fine, because we go through life, things happen, and ... What's important is being able to move on from that. If you stay in that pessimistic attitude, then yes, you're naturally going to see so many bad things happen to you. And you want the best, right? You want the best things to happen. You want to see progress. You want to see greatness. You want to see change. You want to see goodness. But if you're stuck in this pessimistic world and you think to yourself, oh yeah, no, bad things always happen to me. No, I always don't get that thing, or it doesn't happen to me constantly. That's problematic. That is a problem. And if you're not seeing it as a problem, I'm here to remind you that it is a problem. There's no way on earth you could live a joyful life, enjoy your life when you're pessimistic. It's just so hard, because constantly everything is just, you're irritated, you're angry, you're upset, you don't like that, you don't like this, you don't move that. Like, it's just so negative. And you might find a group of people who are that way, and you might bond, and you might say we're having the best life. But in reality, it's not the best life. It's just down. It's a down life. It's not great. And you want a great life, because when you see the sun out, it brightens your mood. It lifts your spirit. So switching from pessimism to optimism is going to benefit you better. When you're optimistic and you see that everything is beautiful, you believe that things work out for you. Naturally they do, because your energy is different, right? You walk into a space more confidently, and you're thinking to yourself, you know what? I'm going to get that thing. And then you have a higher chance of getting that thing, because you're operating differently. You truly do. You operate completely different, as if you're going to get the thing, as if it's only for you, as if only you get to have it. So when you have that optimistic mindset, I'm not saying that yes, 100% of all things are going to work out for you, but more than likely they will work out for you than not. Because again, it's how you're operating, it's how you're presenting yourself, it's how you're feeling, it's what you're becoming, it's who you are. And naturally, people want to be around happier people, kinder people, friendlier people, people who just bring light out of them, right? Because otherwise, what's the point? Now, if you're an optimistic person and you hang around a negative person or a pessimist, chances are you're going to be drowned, because they speak loud when they're pessimists. Right? They speak loud when they're negative. It's like they just want to pull you down along with them. So it's imperative to guard your heart, guard your spirit. Okay? Be the influence. Don't be influenced by negativity, so that your life continues to blossom, to grow. I think there was a time, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I work this job that I love with a passion. And there was this one coworker that would show up, and he was very pessimistic. I mean, he would drown my spirit because constantly everything he said about the work was just horrible. He hated being there. He was only doing this for that. He was just here for that. He was not here because he wanted to do it. It was just so much that every time I entered his space, literally within, you know how they have the personal space, when I would enter that personal space, instantly my spirit would just feel down. And so I started having to avoid him because I loved what I did, and I still do. And so when I saw him, I started avoiding him because there's no way on earth I'm going to be drowned into this misery. I love what I do. And so I want to be able to continue doing that. And I have high energy when I'm in a positive mood. I have a great work ethic when I'm doing it. And I'm just more fun, more enjoyable. And I enjoy life being there. So I wanted to continue doing that. I wanted to continue having that same spirit. But when I was seeing that person and just even seeing him, I would run away because I was like, instantly I would just feel so negative, and I would start to think slightly I would be impacted, like, oh no, yada yada yada. But the thing is that I would constantly speak so positively, and I'm basically known as a very positive person in that space. And so, you know, he would always say, oh my gosh, you're just so happy, you're just XYZ. And, you know, he would change a little bit and not say anything negative. So yeah, just being more optimistic, more positive minded will allow you to be able to elevate the other person, or at least elevate your situation, or at least change it a little bit. And if you can't, stay away. Stay away from the negativity, stay away from the pessimism, okay? Because we don't want to be surrounded by people who are constantly expecting the worst, right? Because that's what it is. A pessimistic person is someone who's constantly expecting the worst, which means they have a negative mindset. So we don't want that. If you expect the best, you get the best, or you get good enough, or you get close to that. But everything that you're receiving ends up being better, being more positive. So yes, have a more positive, optimistic mindset, spirit, alive, so that everything that is around you, in you, and through you is just better, comes to life in the best way possible, right? So if you're going out, let's say that you're going out maybe to a restaurant, right? You're going out to a restaurant by yourself or with friends, and your goal is to, let's say, I don't know, meet somebody, right? You want to be approached, you want to be met, but your mindset is pessimistic. You don't think it's possible for you, you don't think it's going to happen for you. Guess what? Your energy is going to carry that. And when your energy carries that, it's viewed outwardly. It's viewed outwardly, and then nobody approaches you because ew. They don't want to waste their time on something that's not going to work. They don't want to waste their time on something that's just going to be, I don't know, just not fun, right? Because naturally you're not looking fun. And even if you pretend, it won't really exude out of you. However, if you have a more optimistic mindset and you go out expecting that, okay, I'm going to meet somebody, or I'm going to be met, or I'm going to be approached, or I'm going to just be seen, then guess what? Your attitude is going to be different when you walk in, and so is your energy. You're going to walk in happy, you're going to walk in feeling good, and even if it doesn't work out, something positive is going to happen on that day. You're going to have fun, you're going to feel good, you're not going to think so hard about the outcome of that thing, but you know that you would like for that to happen, that if it doesn't happen here, it's going to happen somewhere else. And it does happen somewhere else, or it will happen on that day, or you'll meet somebody, or you will have a great conversation with somebody. Something will happen because of who you are presenting as, right? your spirit will be different. You will carry yourself different, and you will get something different. So, are you going to continue in pessimism or optimism? Are you going to choose to be more pessimistic or more optimistic? Which one are you going to be? Do you want to expect the best or expect the worst? Which outcome do you want? And if you want a positive outcome, I invite you to Mindset Ignition. It's all about getting your dreams into reality. You will rewire your mindset for success, and you will learn the strategies that will get you results. So if that's calling you and you're interested, the link is in the description box below. Alright my friends, that's it for today. Be sure to hit the notification bells so that you know every time I have uploaded a video, and leave a star-eyed emoji if you've made it to the end of this video. That lets me know that you've watched it, and it also helps my videos go out to other people who might need them. But yes, on that note, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye!